this sounds like a pyramid scheme. Be-
Yeah, it was. I'm kind of skeptical on a lot of things too.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the Earth 2 questions. Now,
All right, I'm in.
these questions are, some of them are very basic because I know, in essence, a lot of us are just beginners here. You guys watching, technically, we are pioneers here. So this is not in order. So randomly, I'll ask the questions that first comes into my head. Okay, why should people, Arya, trust Earth 2? Why should they trust it?
I would say they trust it because if you look at the people behind it, they're not hiding their names or anything. So they're out in open books, and they have social media groups that aren't going away. If they run away, they can be found. So they have their full names out there. So I believe that Dylan, one of the biggest people of Oculus, is part of this. So why would he put his name, such a big person, a high profile person, put his name on a company, and then the company disappears? That would destroy his career, and I believe he does not want that for him, his career, or his family. So that's a big reason. Then you can just see all how big it's getting, and how the structure of the company, how it's laid out, and everything. So it is just from what I can see, it's just super trustworthy and everything. So I think you can trust in this company. So what about you, Randy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What can you add to that, Real Randy Chavez?
I guess just to piggyback on that is to look at the other things that they were attached to, like Dylan CEO with Oculus Rift, or other things that Nathaniel or Shane had worked on. They have enough money to be able to live relatively comfortably without this. They wanted to do this really for humanitarian reasons. They wanted to do it specifically because they thought this is what we needed in 2020. They thought this is something that the world could use to better themselves, whether it's by culture to culture, just a melting pot, and just looking at the reasons and how hard they're working right now.
Okay.
They're not doing that just for however much money they might make. They're doing that for us, essentially.
This is supposed to be my first question. I just forgot to ask about this. Now, you please tell us more about yourself. What do you do, Real Randy Chavez, for everyone to know? And how do you do it?
Sure.
Yeah.
I originally from Peru, was adopted, immigrated here to New York, traveled around a bit in the military, and then moved back to New York because where I had friends. And when I got out, I got a job at a bank and fell in love with it as a private bank. And they take business owners with bad credit that don't qualify for like Chase or Citibank loans.
Okay.
And I go over the bank statements and I see, oh, actually, no, they should qualify for loans because of this, and this. And me and my friends, we give it to them. So that's one thing, is high risk lending. And the other is Pokemon cards.
Oh.
So I have two businesses. One is in, the high risk lending. The other is buying and selling Pokemon cards, specifically vintage ones. These are first editions. So I was actually doing this most of the day on Sunday. I was just wrapping up cards and doing that. So,
how about Arya? How about you, Arya?
Yeah. I was originally in Wisconsin for most of my life, and I pretty much jump around the country. I'm never really in one place at one time. It's like I was born in California, and then I was raised in Wisconsin, and then I got born in Wisconsin, and I joined the military. So then I left Wisconsin, and then I got out of the military, and now I'm in New Jersey right now, living in New Jersey, which I enjoy a lot. So after the military, I am going to school for being an X-ray radiologist. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. And I also have investments, and I'm also a big YouTuber, or trying to be a YouTuber. That's a full-time thing, but you should know you have a lot of followers.
Yeah.
So I have all those wrapped up together. Yeah.
And most probably after this video, you guys will have more followers because I'll be posting this on my TikTok also.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the only payment that I can give these two guys because they're already very rich. Now, why are you so passionate about Earth 2, Arya? At this phase right now, that nothing's going on still, like we're still in the investment part of this. Why are you very passionate about this?
I'm very passionate because I see the potential with this. This is like a new space that there's really isn't no competition. And the way that the world is going, it's going to explode. It's like when Facebook first came out in like 2004, that was like the start of social media. And
Yeah.
then that blew up. So this is the next thing, like with the Oculus things that you wear.
Yeah.
Like those are like sold out in stores, and that's VR. So I say next 5, 10 years, like Tesla is all technology and that's blowing up.
Yeah.
So people sit on their couches or something and they watch TV. That's the big thing that at least Americans do.
Yeah.
So I would say instead of that, you put on a VR set and you can go visit your friend or go see a beach or something like that. I see everybody really adopting that, going widespread, and with monetization attached to that, it's
Mm.
almost like the stock market. It's going to explode. I would say anybody who gets in right now is going to make a crap load of money. It's going to be the next TV, the next social media.
I love that. How about you, Real Randy Chavez? Why are you so passionate about this?
I like the feeling, the childlike curiosity that it gives you. Like Arya Realty said, potential. And Elon Musk says that, okay, well, if you could imagine, one of two futures, one where we're out among the stars and one where we're not, what future do you want to be in? You want to be in the one where it's more curious, or where you're doing that. And this has such an untapped brain market. Like if anyone's seen some people upload their videos of their world, Minecraft world, where they make beautiful sculptures and things. And the only way you can see that is if somebody shows it to you. But if you can do that in Earth 2, where you could supposedly can do anything, the amount of creative people that can do this for basically nothing, you don't have to buy into it. People give tiles away. I give tiles away. So does he. Guidebook Gaming does. Go allow correct resources. And I just love art. I love music. I'm so excited for what people can create. That's why.
Now, as much as I like that too, as much as we are like I said, very positive about this. What was your first impression, Real Randy, with Earth 2? What was the first thing that came to your mind when you saw this one?
It was when I had saw Arya Realty's first video on it, and my first thought was like, this sounds like a pyramid scheme. He said, like, yeah, just use my referral code, you get 5% off. And I'm thinking, oh, wait, there it is. He's getting money off my money. And then, we delve deeper into it. It's like, okay, it's not that. But that was my first thought.
How about you, Arya?
Yeah, it was, I'm kind of skeptical on a lot of things too. It's not, I'm just gonna be like, oh, you want money? Oh, here you go. Like, I'm not that type of person. So when I first got into it, I first saw it and then I was like, no, it's just stupid. And then ignored it for like a week. I saw it again. I was like, nah, whatever. And then 2 weeks, I'm like, all right, let me check this. It keeps on popping up. And I started looking into it. And I'm like, okay, you buy virtual land. So you buy Central Park or Manhattan, and then you try to sell it. You're like, what? And I was like, all right, this is kind of weird. I don't know if I like this. And then I started looking deeper into it and started talking to the company and the people, and then more people got into it. And then I made money off the land income tax. So now I was getting passive income and people are buying my properties. I was like, this is like the stock market, but like with properties that are not properties. So like, this actually has potential. And it started getting bigger and bigger. I was like, holy crap, this is amazing. So yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. But I forgot to mention this a while ago. What made uh, uh, what made me really decide to put in a lot of money here is when I saw your videos, the two of you. That's it. That nailed my decision. And also, why am I so passionate about this? Because this is the perfect timing. Everything is online right now because of the pandemic. People are very active online right now, and with everything that's going on, I think this pandemic thing will still last a long years, like 3 to 5 years maybe. So this is the perfect timing for this. And yeah. Now,
Yeah.
what would you have done differently in terms of strategy, Arya? Well, like when you started, like right now, oh, I wish I could have done this, or I wish I could have just, you know.
Uh, yeah, I think about that a lot actually. I
Mm.
would say maybe buy more in the United States because United States exploded to like $45 a
Yeah.
tile. I would say I do have a lot of US, but maybe even more US. What if I got in that first day that I brush it off? Maybe I could have got the White House or something like that early. I
Mm,
say
yeah.
get more landmarks and I could have sold them for even more money. So that's what I think. I like. What if I did that?
Yeah. How about you, Real Randy Chavez?
Two things. I only invested a small amount at the beginning, just a couple thousand, because I was trying to pay off this one amazing trophy Pokemon card, and I just didn't have a lot of extra money to put into it. So I would sell whatever I had to sell to put as much money in here as possible. And actually, in my next video that will air in about 10 or 11 hours, I go over the 6 most best returns on investment.
Oh,
And one of them was Christ the Redeemer statue in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. 4 tiles, which were bought for 40 cents at the time,
oh.
sold for $5,000.
Mm.
And so it's a 1.2 million% on return for your
That's
money. So
wow.
I would go around and buy all of these great spots like that.
Wow, yeah, yeah. I mean, probably I could have, I would have bought because my when I started buying tiles, it was like a 3 weeks thing.
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I should have like bought $7,000 worth of tiles on the first day because every day it was like increasing, especially the first week of January. And right now
Mhm.
it's like moving a little slower, but that's the strategy. But anyway, tell us what was your first tiles that you bought? Where, what country, and how many tiles was that? Real Randy Chavez, like your first three, probably. Yeah.
Sure. So when I first learned about it, Arya Realty said you could only buy 750 tiles.
Yeah.
I thought that was total, like that's all you could buy in the world. So I
Hmm.
was like, okay, I'm gonna buy in places that maybe people might not think of right away.
Yeah.
So I bought 400 tiles in India, and then I bought 350 tiles in Brazil. And I was like, wait, I can buy more? So I gave him a call. Like, I thought you said it was only 750. And he says, no, that's per turn. So then the wheels started turning. I was like, oh. So I go back and spot. So it was mostly Brazil and India, just because I thought those would be good places in the future.
Yeah. How about you, Arya? What was your first three countries?
Yeah, first was United States. I went right there right away. I bought in Manhattan, Central Park.
Mhm.
So I'm like that right there. That's a prime location of America. Everybody will always go to Manhattan. So I bought Manhattan, and then I bought Los Angeles and San Francisco. So I did that, and then right after that, I went to the other big countries. Right after that, I went straight to China.
Oh, yeah. But you guys, you can use their codes. Probably it's here in the description down below. And there's a kind of feng shui or like good luck when you use their codes. All right. You can use
Yeah.
someone else, but there's this good luck thing that will bring you. Yeah. Now, what do you think, Arya, will take this game to greater heights? Of course, we know about the VR and the AR, but aside from those, what will bring this game to to a level that no other game has ever done?
I believe that would be when you can walk around into the open world and you get an avatar. I think more people get into it. Be like, oh, this is cool. I can go into a virtual world and everything.
Mm.
And I believe like the monetization, people love money from all around the world. So if you put a video game like that, because people love MMOs, like a lot of people play multiple MMOs out there. So you put money into a video game so they can entertain themselves and they can pay their bills. If you can put those both together, which I already will, it's going to be like insane. Like they're not going to have any competition. It's going to explode. So I think that's great. It's like they put the stock market in a video game put together. Almost. So it's nuts.
Yeah, that will be amazing. How about you, Real Randy?
I think it will be when you have most of my audience is like 25 to 45. Very few of my audience are like 13, 17. But I think it'll be when kids get involved, like they blow up TikTok and they blow up, Snapchat. And why is because you're going to have people on there that are good artists that say like, hey, can I draw on your wall where you build whatever. And when kids start making money from that, like if some kid comes up to me, he's like, here's some of my artwork, can I draw it on your boxing gym that you plan to build? And I pay him for that, and he can go to his mom. He doesn't have to be in America. It could be third world country, and it's like, Mom, I have 10 US dollars. We can eat for a week now. And that type of story goes viral. That will change everything.
Yeah, I believe so too. Nah, that's right. Now, talking about this becoming so big, what big companies do you think no, will collab or will join E2? Will merge with E2? You'll start with you, Real Randy Chavez.
Okay, so any company that wants to have extraordinarily cheap advertising, the only type of advertising that companies right now are paying for that I think is worth it is probably just the Super Bowl commercial, because there's so many people watching those commercials. But most commercials on TV, when that happens, for people that still watch TV, most people just watch Netflix, Hulu, whatever, they are just on their phones during the commercials. So if whichever companies like Gary Vee and VaynerMedia, they want underpriced attention, that's the companies that are going to get it. But most companies, they'll miss the boat for months or years before they get into it.
Oh yeah. How about you, Arya?
I think a lot of, even if like Earth 2 explodes, I think a lot of big companies will try to jump on it and get part of it or piece of it. I actually have a video coming out on my channel tomorrow morning, and it actually addresses this exact issue, so it's pretty good timing.
Yeah.
It's about Facebook. Facebook has a virtual reality thing that they're working on. It's kind of like Earth 2, but not really. I don't see any. You'll hear all the info of it tomorrow. I go over it. It doesn't look anything like E2, but it's also at the same time it's a virtual world. You get an avatar and you go around. So it's like, will that be a competitor? So you already see these big companies are already trying to jump into the space. So we'll see what big titans will, fight against Earth 2 with the space.
I have not asked you this, but how much did you put in here, Arya? And now how many percent is the increase right now?
Yeah, it's I put in $42,000 into Earth 2. Yeah. That's nuts.
I feel poor now.
Right. Yeah, if you look on the top 50 leaderboard, I think I'm like 23rd or 21st or something like that. Yeah, so I put in like 40, I think it's 42,100. I'm not sure, and now it's worth $500,000. So it's like, yeah, $500,000, $500,000. So yeah.
Oh my god, I will not be able to sleep. How much? And this other guy here just bought an $80,000 Pokemon card. What are you guys doing? Probably
Best lives.
probably if there's a meteor lying around and it's for sale, probably you guys will buy it first. How about you? How about you, Real Randy?
Unfortunately, it was much less because again, I was trying to pay off that Trophy Kangaskhan while I was invested in this. So in total, only about 7,000, and it's worth like 44,000 now. Because a lot of it I did put in later in the game. I only put a couple grand at first, and then after a while, I put more.
Amongst the developers, especially the game designer or the guys on the technical side of this, who do you think gives the best ideas when they have a meeting? Creative, like he's the guy that's gonna give the direction of the gaming experience.
I'm gonna go with It's a mixture between like I think Shane and Wolfgang. I think Wolfgang Walk has a really great idea. You see all the games that he's made, they're really good. Like the Settlers, that looks like AAA. Like I'm gonna download that right now. That looks the games that he makes and mechanics are possibly the future of Earth 2, and those are super like engaging that I would definitely play. Put that in tiles and money together. I think that dude's a genius.
I would say either Shane or it would be Nathaniel, because when Nathaniel's in Discord, I always the answers to some of the questions, like, if Dubai, when is Dubai going to open? And then Nathaniel says, we'll probably put a counter on there. Like they'll put a counter date, say 10 days until Dubai's open or something along those lines. So just his responses, I think he would be very creative and very quick-witted in meetings.
Okay, since we know, and I am for sure that the developers are watching your videos, and probably they'll get to see this one too in their like coffee time or relaxing time. If you're part of the developers, what would you do with this game? If you're part of the dev team, what would you suggest or do?
So they actually asked me yesterday, maybe like 12 hours ago, to just be a moderator on the Facebook, the official Facebook.
Yeah, I saw that.
And so Thomas, he said like, it's like, oh, what's your name on Facebook? Like, oh, I'm Randy Chavez. And I sent him a screenshot. He's like, I know your face. I watch your videos. Like, Senpai noticed me. He noticed me. So that was a great moment. But I would probably say, if they're listening, to make sure they have a somewhere in their agreement when you sign up to verify your age, so that you can have a mature world and just a E for everybody world. Because I want the creativeness to go everywhere. I want everything that people can think of.
That's a good filter for the game. Yeah. How about you, Arya?
I'll say if I could fix something, I don't think it's a big issue. They probably have more issues to deal with.
Yeah,
because they're a big company, everything going on. But the small little thing that kind of annoys me is the net worth. If you look at the net worth of people, it is not correct.
Yeah.
If you go to like the first place in the top 50, his net worth is like 200K. That's like half mine. I'm like, I should be at the top,
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like kind of annoying. It's most credit spent. It's not actual net worth. So if they could fix that, that'd be cool. I mean, it's not that pressing of an issue, so it's whenever.
All right. Yeah. No, since they're watching right now, probably they'll talk about it right now. Now, what is the country? I'll start with you, Arya. What is the country for you? Now, this is of course just based on your opinion. Again, this is not financial advice, everyone. We are not financial advisors. We're just having fun here, enjoying the madness and the beauty of this earth too. What is the country for you that has the most potential in the whole world and in Asia?
I would say the country that's going to explode. I believe it's the sleeping giant right now, and it's still kind of cheap, and that would be China. China has a lot of people. There's a lot of citizens in China, and a lot of Chinese and other Asians like to game inside China. So, like when things go viral, China's gonna be the next USA in the next year. So then when they get a hold of this game, it's gonna explode. Get in. Not financial advice, just my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. How about you, Real Randy Chavez?
Yeah, China's very good. I would say, that Mandarin's, I think, the second most spoken language in the country, because right now the game is only in English, I believe. So once they start translating into other places, if not China, I would honestly say parts of Africa, because it has been noted in the real world that Africa is China's China. They build railways there, they build a bunch of stuff because there's so much natural resources there. I think that some of that would follow in the game as well. Where South Africa, I think, is a couple dollars, but other parts like Niger, I think, is cheap. Kenya, I think, is cheap. So I think the Chinese would be like, okay, because of what we can do in Africa, I think that might be a signal. But China and Africa, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about quick question. What do you think about the tiles here in the Philippines? Real Randy Chavez. What's the potential here?
I have 4 tiles there, and I think the potential that you guys have there would be a kind of like a port. If people are traveling from one place to another,
Oh,
they would stop on you guys. Oh, let's see what's here, and hopefully it would be like a Tortuga from Pirates of the Caribbean type of place where you can go there and find a little bit of everything. You can go and find gambling, find drinks. You can find skee ball. Just I think the creativeness of because it's something so small, so it'd be a little section for everything. I think it'd be fun.
yeah. How about you, Arya? What do you think about the tiles here? Is there potential here?
What was the location again for the tiles?
The Philippines.
Oh yeah, yeah, I think that's going to be huge because the Philippines is another one of the big countries that everybody knows of, at least for Americans. It's like I know there's you always talk about like United States and there's Australia and United Kingdom and there's the Philippines. You always bring up the Philippines. So
Karaoke,
Come
yeah,
again? Sorry. You were
karaoke. You guys
ah,
should have a
yeah,
karaoke
yeah,
place.
yeah. Yeah, that's why my microphone is like a karaoke microphone.
but yeah,
Well,
I think the beaches of Philippines are going to be gorgeous. Yeah.
yeah, actually, that's the first tile set of tiles I bought in Boracay. I bought about 500 tiles there in Boracay. I don't know if you know Boracay. It's
Mhm.
one of the most beautiful beaches in the world. But anyway, what I think about, but it just my 2 cents about the country that has the most potential. I think it's going to be in the future. It's going to be a random country. Why? Because when where there is momentum, I think momentum will dictate where will be the biggest country, because when people are buying from in that country, setting up like their games and whatever, I think that will be the country that will be the biggest, because there's a chance, like us Filipinos, there's a chance, as much as there are a lot of gamers here, there's a chance that we decide to build our city in like in probably in Peru. So even Chinese can decide, let's not build in our country, let's build, build somewhere else. So anyway, this is just my opinion. Now,
You're
uh,
100% right.
what do you think about this is a question that's being asked a lot, and I'd like to ask you personally about this. What do you think about mega cities? I'll start with you, Aryan.
Mega cities, I think. See, I don't know where that's gonna go. I can see it going huge and being like the thing where people are enjoy the cities and everything, and then I can also see it just like kind of like flopping and not really working out. And I don't know. It depends on where the game goes. If it's just resources and like maybe mega cities are a big thing, or maybe you should have got tiles where resources could you can make more resources and make more money, and people are possibly wasting their money making mega cities. But on the other side, mega cities are huge where people can communicate and socialize and meet
Mm.
friends and gamble and have fun. So I don't think we just know yet where what direction mega cities are going to go at. But I have a mega city of my own in South Miami, and I want to make one in close to Chavez Tobia in Antarctica. So we'll see.
You guys check the link down in the description for those mega cities of them both. How about you, ano, our real Randy Chavez? Where do you think these mega cities will go?
I have a mini theory that some people that made it really jumped the boat a little too early, where they were buying all these blocks and blocks and blocks, and other people were buying blocks, and there was no plan. It was just make it as big as possible. So for mine, I think that total was like 40 to 50,000 tiles, but in it's spread out. And not only do I have blocks here and blocks here, I have the longest road in the game. That's going to be Main Street. Nobody has roads, so I feel like there might, if everyone's going to build on theirs and there's no road, you might have to use a teleportation system to go to this block right here, and I think that'd be a waste. So I have a top, a middle, and a bottom. The top and the bottom will be for shops. The middle tile will be for people to walk. and it's the longest road in the game right now. And I planned it out with my subscribers on what they want there, and I just do what the people want, and if that's what they want. So I think it has the potential to be one of the best money makers in the game as far as ad revenue.
There was a time Wolfgang was talking about on Discord about the systems, that the terrains. I asked him, what do you think about the mega cities? And then he replied, actually, I got a screenshot of that, and I did not post it on our Facebook group because people who built mega cities might think negatively about that. Because Wolfgang said it's a huge idea, but a huge problem as well. And I asked him why. Is it because of the systems? Yes, definitely. He said, he answered me like that. So, but still, I bought in a lot of mega cities. I cannot even remember where, but after this, I'll be buying from your mega cities. But I have a lot in Antarctica already, Real Randy Chavez. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Now, more challenging questions. What do you think, again, still speculative, based on our opinions, what do you think about beach properties? Because since beaches are like not a lot compared to like the mainland, since they're just in the corners of like a continent, what do you think about investing in there? Because right now, I believe that there's still available beach tiles, beachfront tiles, and you guys that are watching are probably thinking of buying some of them. So let's see, what are the thoughts of Arya regarding beach tiles?
I think beach tiles are always going to go first because human nature, human race needs water to survive. So on the earth, all beach property is always expensive, and the human race started around water, and the cities started around water. So I believe, even though this is a video game, I still think people want that view. So any property on a beach is going to be extremely valuable, more than some landlocked place. That's why I put my city in Miami. So you're gonna have the sunlight, you have the awesome beach, you're gonna have the weather. If you have weather, that's gonna be way more better. It's gonna be way better than, I'd say, Des Moines, Iowa, landlocked state, or or somewhere in Russia. You always want to look for that beach.
Yeah. How about you, Rio Randy? What do you think about beach properties?
I do agree with him, but just to be kind of devil's advocate against it, just to give people a balanced thing.
Yeah.
If we're going to have a peaceful world and a warring world, like the developers say, militarily speaking, a beach is just a vulnerable tactical position with no decent cover. And it would only make sense to have a beach if you have the land that is behind the beach. So this way you can, kind of set up for your defenses for that way. So outside of that, again, drop your Anakin Skywalker memes where I hate sand and gets everywhere.
I have a lot of beach properties and islands, but you know what? I'm still skeptical about it somehow, because like there are people who buys beach tiles and they like occupy like half of the shore, and so others get discouraged buying behind them because you took most of the like the best part, the front part. So I'm fearful that there will be no neighbors after your your tiles, because you got the best part already. Why will we build anything there? You'll just benefit from us, something like that. So, but anyway, it's your choice, ladies and gentlemen. 1 year from now, how much do you think the tiles will cost? Ballpark figure. Let's start with you, Real Randy Chavez.
I think there'll be two different ways to go about it. You're going to have people buying up random tiles just because they want either the resources or they want to look for those hidden tiles where if a tile does not spawn a resource right away, that means it will at some point, and it'll be something better than what we have now. So I think there'll be a lot. That's a good way it'll be valued, but a better way to value it will be by properties. A property that is gaining a lot of ad revenue, has a lot of foot traffic.
Yeah.
Even though the tiles might only be $40 a tile, $50 a tile, the property itself might sell for what's $1,000 a tile just because of the ad revenue that it brings, and that will probably raise the tiles up. So I think at that point, tile price might be not meaningless, but it'll just be more what the property's worth than tiles.
Yeah, that's nice. How about you, Arya?
I think probably with the current trends, it's not as explosive as it was in like December or January, but I still think it's gonna be expensive. Maybe I'll say everything would probably be say maybe like $50 a tile, something like that. In the United States might be over 100. I can see it going. It's gonna be like it's gonna be huge. I would say now we're getting like significant percentage on all our gains over tiles. But I say in the future, maybe two years or so, well, you buy one tile and you'd be happy to get like a 5% profit or something because it's going to level out and it's going to balance just like stocks and crypto and everything. So I would say, yeah, it's probably over $50 a tile. So it's going to be huge.
And just to piggyback on his,
go ahead.
If you buy 5,000 tiles from when there was nothing to 5,000, the price doesn't change that much. But if you buy 5,000 tiles after 250,000 tiles have already been bought, that increases the price a lot because it goes on an S curve. So the potential for that, especially when a lot of people with money come in, is hitherto undreamt of, to quote Dr. Strange.
By the way, did you mention a while ago about how many tiles do you have, Randy?
I have a little over 17,000, and Arya Realty's got that rich mine small.
How many tiles do you have, Arya?
I have 136,000 tiles.
Makes me want to sell all my properties. I have like
you call me Xerxes from 300, the movie 300, Persian Empire.
Oh my God! So you guys, if every time these two, when you watch their videos, they're on their channel. Every time they talk, it's always they always say like you invest only what you can afford to lose. So just do your thing. Well, for those business-minded people like me, since you are already used to risks, then let's do this. Now, 3 tips for beginners, Real Randy. There's a lot of beginners every day. There's a lot of new users every day, and we are almost 300,000 strong. Probably you're watching right now. You're a beginner. Let's hear from these great men of E2. 3 very powerful tips. I'll start with you, Real Randy, for beginners.
So as far as beginners,
sorry, I'll cut you. I'm sorry. This will be like the advice you'll give yourself, like if you can talk to yourself when you started this.
Okay. All right. So I would say follow the giveaways where it's me, Arya Realty, and a Twitch streamer known as Guidebook Gaming, where we give away tiles every single video, every single stream that they do. That's a good way to be able to get tiles for no money at all if you're on a budget. If you are not on a budget, one of the strategies that I would say, this would be number 2, be to try to buy as many tiles, doesn't matter where, as possible, just because each tile will be able to spawn a resource. And then the third thing that I would say would just be to, when we're actually playing the game, when we're work constantly, as much as you can, go around, collect on other people's properties, collect their resources, mine your own. This way, just the more you get, the better opportunity you have to either make money or build something great. And those would be my 3.
Wow. Wonderful. How about you, Arya?
My 3 beginner tips, which I would also use if I joined, would be when you get into Earth 2 and you start buying land, you start seeing the continents and stuff, and you zoom in, you're like, oh, I want this. And don't do that right away. I said the first tip would be go into the marketplace, because you can find the tiles that you want for way cheaper and not just marketplace. You can find it for like 50% off.
Yeah.
So you can save money that way and get way more tiles. Yeah. So make sure that you absolutely do check out the marketplace first before you actually buy organic virgin land. The second one is, on top of that, is look at land class. You want to look at the lowest land class you can get, class 1, class 2. We don't know what land class is going to do for resources. They're really kind of wishy-washy with it right now, but Shane just said in Discord, I think today or a few hours ago, they said he wants the lower class to give more resources. So it would always be beneficial when you're in that marketplace to check out the lowest land class, do your own proper judgment with percentages, and be like, oh, let me get that 70% off that class 2 or something. Do that.
So, Arya Realty, when he said lowest class, meaning lowest like number 1, like class 1 will give the most resources?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, number 1. For the newest people to the game, or land class 1 is going to be the king, I believe, that I've researched and heard from Shane. So you always want land class 1 wherever you can find it. I did pick up some United States class 1 a few weeks ago, and I spent a few $1,000s just to make sure I have that. And then I'd say the last one would be the location. After you have the class 1 and the marketplace, location.
Yeah.
Just like a business, your business would be most important, and the location of where the people want everything. So get that beach, or get that prominent area in the Philippines or in Japan or whatever. Just look for people where people are going to be, where people want. That's going to be the best place to buy a house for beginners.
Wow, you guys are very lucky, because if you're watching this, at least you have this already. But if I can give you one advice, you that are watching right now, but probably don't be like me, because I watch all their videos, Randy and Arya, like for 3 days straight. And after 3 days, the tiles went up by about $5-6 already.
Oh man.
So my advice to you, just believe in us. Buy tiles now, then watch the videos later. Because every day, like you guys are lucky, because right now it's not really progressing that much. So comforting words, please, for those who have doubts and fears, very skeptic, but don't want to miss on the opportunity. Arya, I'll start with you.
I would say, it's I think a lot of people are suffering from that, from negative or like FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubts, because if they're here during December and January, it just exploded and people are making tons of money. And now, since it's slowed down, people are like worried and freaking out. Maybe this won't work out, and they're getting into their own head. So I would just say it's kind of like the stock market or anything else. It's going to go up and down and kind of stagnant. This is the time where people are going to, like I say, lack of a better word, like freak out, take advantage of if they're trying to sell their stuff for 80% off, 20% on market value. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing for the buyer. You're getting tiles for super cheap because they can't be patient. So it's with everything in the financial world. You just gotta hold on and brace, and don't get into your own head. It's not going anywhere. It's going forward. So I say just hold on, and you'll be safe, I promise.
Yeah. How about you, Real Randy Chavez? Can you comfort these impatient people?
Yes, I have a couple of things. I strongly believe that most people in the world are good. Even like Batman said in one of his movies, like, people are still good. Like that, and that it's true. They are. Most people want the best for everyone. Most people just want to listen to good music and spend time with their friends and loved ones. But as far as the investment goes, I myself am putting in, a little bit of money, and I'll put in more. I'm putting as much as I can, because I can afford to lose whatever I put in.
Yeah.
But I cannot afford to lose the potential gains where if I don't put in, like, I can lose 7, 10, 20 grand and it would suck, but okay. But if this goes 10 or 100x, I can't afford to lose that 100,000 or $1 million if this goes bananas.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing it. And the last thing I want to go to is in the stock market or Pokemon, whatever type of finance I have, money does not go from the poor to the rich. It goes from the impatient, people who just freak out and sell, and it goes to the patient, people who buy and hold.
Yeah.
And that's what's made me a lot of money over these last 4 years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's great. Well, I think what I can say about the people with anxiety, well, there'll be greater anxiety when this blows up and you've sold everything you have. That's a greater anxiety for you. Anyway, now down to our last two questions because I've been taking a lot of their time. And uh, what do you hope to accomplish this year 2021 with all the tiles that you have? Start with you, Real Randy Chavez.
With all the tiles that I have,
Yeah, considering let's say there's already in phase two, what do you hope to accomplish?
I hope to build in my mega city what people want. So like I wasn't even planning on building one because there were so many, but everyone's like, no, build one, build one. And I want to make people happy. I want it to be a place where people go and they have a good time and everyone's just really chill with each other. I just want to make a place where people are happier after they leave than they were than when they came.
Okay. How about you, Arya?
What I hope to accomplish would be like personal connections actually with people inside the game. So, you know, build that family presence in your friendships and everything. So it's just like just develop family and friendships. And then I would say with the cities, make sure everybody has a good time. If I have a whole bunch of resources and this essence they're talking about, it's like maybe I'll like give them away or as a discount or something. If they, I don't know how it's going to work, but if the game like gives it out, maybe I'll give it out with like a 10% discount since I'll have so much of it, you know, so I can know that people can come to me. So we can always build a strong together.
Okay. What advice can you give, Arya, to those who are non-gamers like me? I bought a lot of tiles, but the last game that I played was Super Mario Brothers. What advice can you give somebody like me who invested or who's about to invest but is a non-gamer?
Yeah, that's this new space that this is doing, that Earth 2 is doing. It's putting video gamers and investors together. Fortunately, I'm both. I'm a gamer and an investor.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I hit this so hard. I would say a gamer would probably, you know, be in it a lot of it and playing the game. But an investor, I would say just look for the trends, get some good deals out the marketplace, and just kind of just have it sit back and just make money for you, like as you do in stocks or something. You know, you kind of just sit back and hold and just let it make money while you're asleep. So for a financial advisor or a person who's only finances doesn't game, kind of just sit back and just collect your money in the next, you know, years or or whatnot.
Yeah. Thank you. That comforted me again. How about you, Real Randy Chavez?
I would say to just sit back, watch what other people are doing, especially when younger people get in, and then, you know, just learn from them. Part of the reason I think that why companies will always be a couple of steps behind is because when somebody has a good idea, they don't just do it. It has to go through 4 or 5 or 10 different people, and they have to have meetings about it. A lot of times the good ideas get shot down because it's different and innovative, but also because it takes them so long to do it. By the time they're implementing that idea, people are already on to 2 or 3 other things. So I definitely watch the people and the patterns that you see, and then learn from there.
Yeah, thank you so much. Now, last question, ladies and gentlemen, down to the last question. Well, for most of us, the answer is obvious, but we would like to hear this from you. Maybe you have a different answer from what we are thinking or what I am thinking. What's the biggest strength of E2 right now for you, Real Randy Chavez?
The biggest strength right now, I think, is 2 things. I think it would be the momentum it has as far as, you know, people hyping. Like, I don't see people hyping up on YouTube and social media like Decentraland or V Park 2 or anything else. So it's the hype and it's the fan base, but also the untapped potential of, if this is how people are reacting with just 250,000, 300,000 users, how many more people will come in and make content about this when there's 3 million users? So the untapped potential, I think, is one of the biggest strengths.
Yeah, that's nice. Arya.
Yeah, it's definitely what Randy said. It's this is like a new space where there's nobody really put investors and like gamers together. So this just has this unlimited potential to be absolutely gigantic. So it's yeah, it's just gonna be absolutely nuts. It's gonna be absolutely crazy, absolutely crazy. And there's only 250,000 users right now, and it exploded in December with only, and that was what, maybe 100,000 people. What if this hits like TV or radio or the internet, becomes mainstream? It's gonna be like this, like, and all over again.
Yeah. How many more tiles do you plan to buy, Arya?
Right now, I'm kind of I want to get up to like 150,000, so I had that straight 150,000. I'm at 136 right now, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, I'm gonna sell my refrigerator, my TV, my bed. I'm gonna sell. How about you, Real Randy Chavez? How many more tiles will you buy?
I actually just asked this on one of my most recent videos, like how much more do you think you guys think that I will spend? And the answer I had in my mind when I asked the question was, I'll probably spend around $30,000 more on this throughout, the year or lifetime, whatever. But then people are saying like, I bet you spend $100,000 or whatever. And I was like, oh man, like, do I have to spend this much now? People are expecting it. But so however many tiles, $30,000 gets me, wherever I buy them.
Wow. All right. Now your final thoughts. Final thoughts before I thank you both. Final thoughts, and if you want to promote anything, and probably if there's something that I did not ask that you want to talk about for your final thoughts. And again, if you want to promote anything, I'll start with you, Real Randy Chavez.
Sure. I think this will be a good chance for people to get to know others in which they would not have met, other cultures. So if there's a chance that somebody from Canada or the US is seeing someone from India or something for the first time, make sure you're putting your best foot forward, because you're representing your culture, you're representing your race, your gender, your sex, and that might be the only impression that that person gets from your people. So try to put your best foot forward and just try to be the best that you can. And I think Neil deGrasse Tyson said, be ashamed to die until you have made some achievement or goal for humanity. So if you can put a little bit of good out, it's worth it.
Wow.
I say my final thoughts is just don't listen to the naysayers. There's some kids out there. There's like young people who put like $40 into it and wondering why they're not a millionaire. Don't listen to those people. It's going to be the next big thing. I would say there was Amazon in like the 1998 or something. Everybody thought that wasn't going to work. People thought Walmart was going to work. People thought a whole bunch of different things like that. Just it's going to be huge. It's going to be like Bitcoin. I mean, it's not really cryptocurrency. It's differently, but it's going to be the next like huge thing. Like, oh, Earth 2, yeah. Wait, did you join that a few years ago? Yeah, that's why I have a yacht. Oh man, I should have got into it. That's just me, and I'm guessing. So, and I'm usually pretty right with my my assumptions. So we shall see.
Oh yeah. Wow. Thank you so much. Absolute pleasure. And you guys check on the description, because the links to their channels, to their socials, to their whatever, their referral codes and everything. And if you're watching this on YouTube, and probably a snippet of this on TikTok, make sure you follow them, because to be perfectly honest, I am an entrepreneur. I've been in business for like more than 20 years already, but I was really driven to be more optimistic about this. Although I'm a very positive person because of this too, like what I said a while ago, Arya gave me that sense of security, and Randy made me imagine things, like when he opens his mouth, like I'm flying in in another place somewhere. And I like their enthusiasm, their energy that they bring forward to this game. That Earth 2 is better really because of these two guys. Really, really, coming from my heart, is really honest. And I will not. I'm so privileged right now because I think like in 1 year from now, I'll be like talking to their secretaries or to their bodyguards before I get to them. I'm hoping like 6 months from now or probably a month or so from now I can talk to them again with the development of phase 2. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you so much. Thank you to the both of you. My wish for you both, honestly, is good health and peace of mind. Yeah, good health and peace of mind. With all the frivolities and the luxuries in the world, if we do not have the best of health, uh, they're all senseless. And peace of mind. Yeah, of course, happiness.
Thank you.
And
Yes.
keep safe
Same
all
to
the
you.
time. All right. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes. Thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah.
Yes. Comment, like, subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. And
Yes.
Yeah.
oh,
How about your meow?